We got ourselves first up is going to be Valence. Oh, going out versus Wim. Oh, hey, Wim is the Frost Mage that plays Frost. He played it only a couple of times, but he did have a good game against, I guess, our boy Brizaz. So he did pretty well there. It's going to drop down a bunch of ice, a bunch of snow on the head of Valence as he's going to shift in Soul Shape Fox from trying to bail out. Is going to get hit with a Nova. Does go for a restyle. The Blizzard is going to get him out immediately. No way out away from the rogue. That the pet actually just kind of camping him on the other side. Not gonna let him catch a good reset. Gonna be a Ray of Frost. Getting shot does come in onto him. Valence trying to make some damage happen here. Is gonna have himself Sepsis rolling. Looks like that is Vendetta getting used right now. Wim is gonna take a bit of damage from that Vendetta with also Sepsis. Does catch himself a reset. Could come out as Sepsis is about to tick. Looks like Sepsis or something gets him out of stealth just now. It's gonna be an Iceland sent to Valence with a Blizzard hitting him from one side of the arena, and the Mage walking out to the other. Valence is not going to catch himself an easy reset. Icy Nova is going to keep him in place. Blind into Wim. Could ice block it if he wants to. That pet is also going to keep that rogue in combat. Not going to let him catch an easy restealth at all. Get a shot onto Wim. Could ice block it. No trinket available. Does he have the double heal from the ice blocks? He probably, hopefully does. Didn't have to use a ice block there, so he's going to survive that setup. Valence not able to catch himself a reset. Where's a Torment is going to be up with the cloak shadows for Valence. Could catch himself a reset unless Wim hits him with a Blizzard. If he hits him in the right angle, oh, hits him with a Nova too, so he's not gonna let this rogue out. Icy Nova on the side. Lances do make a play. Needs to shatter those Lances. Get a shot. That's gonna be the ice block. Valence does maybe have a reset at some point. Maybe he'll get himself a good reset. Trying to build some comp points off of Wim, and at least just trying to pressure him. It's gonna be Kidney Shot trying to come out, maybe? Did he use Kidney Shot early? Did he miss his Kidney Shot? Did he use it into the ice block? He might have. Ray of Frost hitting Valence from the side. Looks like he is going to still take the damage from it. Oh my god, he's so close to dead. One Ice Lance. It's a proc with Fingers of Frost, and it's over. Oh, it hits him with that Icy Nova. Looks like the Frost Mage making a play, boys. Does he take down the Seed Pod, though? He does take down the Seed Pod. Looks like he did have himself a Flurry proc there. Frost Mage on the come up, dude. Let's go. Wim is going to set up a Blizzard for A-Bomb. If he's going to chase after him, he's going to have to walk through a full Blizzard. A-Bomb is playing that Unholy this time, so it's going to be quite a lot of pets for him to use. Also can generate resources off of the pet that's going to be hanging out next to A-Bomb. And Wim just trying to make the trek to Wim like climbing a mountain through the snow and the hail. He's just trying to slow down his progress as best as he can, trying to create as many obstacles in his way, and it's going to hit him with a Blizzard while he's hanging around behind the pillar. That's free damage for the Frost Mage, but also a pretty good slow setup onto A-Bomb, controlling the enemy's movement. You don't really have a lot of crazy CC like Breath or crazy mobility like an Archimage with the ulti time 30 seconds, so it's almost mobility but also defensive. So you have to use the slows and the roots to your advantage. Trying to go for Ring of Frost. Does blink away from A-Bomb to avoid getting interrupted. It's going to hit him in the freeze. That's going to be another Blizzard with more shatters. Lots of shatters onto A-Bomb from afar. Looks like he got some really good procs. That's going to be AMS out for A-Bomb. And Wim looking to just walk away from the guy's best. Sabasso A-Bomb activating some damage here. Going to be getting the Army of the Dead up and running. Wim does have a second ice block if he needs to. Drop it down Frozen Orb on all those pets. It is going to hit the DK a little. Does hit him and interrupt onto a Frost spell. Still big Lances are firing off. Massive shatters on those things. The Fingers of Frost procs are huge. That's going to be maybe a few more Ice Lances needed as he is rooted. Trying to go for a Lichborn self-heal. Wim caught himself at about half his health. Still has a second ice block if he needs to. Is he going to even have to activate Cold Snap? He might just have to wait until maybe a second ice block is available. Then Icy Nova is going to keep hitting him CC'd. The Grippy Hand comes out. Should keep Wim nearby unless he can maybe outrange it. Does keep getting gripped in. That's going to be maybe a next pet getting summoned up. Full set of shields are back up. And A-Bomb got himself fully necrotic out in health. Can't really do much at this point. Does get interrupt on the shadow from Wim. So it's Frost spells free cast. That's going to be Flesh Cap while inside of the AMZ. But it's still Wim just blasting with Frostbolts, looking for those procs of shatters. Gonna be A-Bomb actually sacrificing his pet for a massive heal. Needs to get a full new pet available. With a Orb of Frost, the Frozen Orb is doing quite a bit of damage. Wim does have ulti time, is going to be able to recover health, and the shields are back up. He needs to kite A-Bomb through all the sleet and the snow and the rain in order to deal with him. AMS is up for Abram for a bit, does have immunity for a moment. Trying to make some damage happen. Going to be another Army of Dead as a Doorway of Shadows is available for Wim with Mirror's Atonement onto A-Bomb. Is eventually going to get him rooted, but also Silence, which does remove some of the Deathless ability. Cold Snap does get snapped up. That's going to be a second Ice Block. A-Bomb is going to be in a position where he can't really do much. He does have Mirrors doing damage to him if he does any damage back. Big! Oh, nice Ice Nova off of that Flurry combo. Well, that's pretty good for Wim, but next comes another competitor. And it's gonna be your boy Chrysler. He put the mask on, boys. I feel like Chrysler needs to. I feel like that's part of his character now, dude. The helm is just so Chrysler at this point, in my opinion. Yeah, like he can literally wear whatever mock he wants to, but that helm I think is so part of the character at this point. Like, who, when you think of Chrysler, there's no way you don't think of that Legion helmet, dude. It fits like that skull mask, those green glowy like spider-like eyes just kind of emanating from the holes. The cowl with the spikes on the head is just so iconic to that man right here. Wim actually tried to throw some frostbolts at the pet that is going to be building him icicles, and that's going to build him that flurry procs too. So you could use those flurry procs on Chrysler with a bunch of instants, or he could use those flurry procs on the pet if he wants to. But that is icicles getting built up for him. Gonna have a flurry proc available for Chrysler. Ice Nova right after, doesn't trip them on fire. Gonna be that Mortal Coil and a Chaos Bolt out of Chrysler. Trying to make that Chaos Bolt work, but looks like it's gonna be Wim blinking away before the Chaos Bolt connects. It's gonna drop down Infernal on one side, Cataclysm with that stun, and Wim is gonna be warm over there, melting his icy heart. If Chrysler can somehow use his pet to dispel the Alter Time, then Wim is actually gonna lose a lot of health here. Does he dispel it? I think he actually might have gotten the dispel. He did get the dispel. Oh no! Wim didn't have the absorbs, the shields. The pet does have an ability to dispel, remove, purge a buff from the enemy, right? So the Fel Puppy can do that. He can interrupt, but also removes a buff, which is pretty good against the Feral because you're not going to use Succubus because you can't use Succubus CC on a cat. But there goes Seduction onto Anchors with a Mortal Coil immediately. Right after stunning him, and actually going to be IBF coming out for Anchorage. Pretty big defensive. Actually, that's a Pillar of Frost rolling right now, as though he's not going to be able to use much damage with that Pillar of Frost. Looks like he's going to separate Pillar of Frost and Burst for later. Probably going to use the Helping Grippy Hand for another time. Or maybe it's one of those Frost Death Knights that will use the Runic Power, or Runic Power weapon. Empowering his weapon maybe for the resources running out of that AMZ. That Caswell slaps him for so much, and Chrysler just takes him out so easily. Anaheim going to be up next as a Demon Hunter. Is he going to go for a setup as well? He leapt in like he's going for a big setup. I-Beam is getting used here. Does play Demonic, looks like. He's not playing Momentum. He's not going for that big one-shotty setup. But he still might have himself a play either way. Leap in next to Chrysler. Does he have an interrupt? Looks like he does not. Big Hon came out onto Chrysler, but looks like he's going to get himself a massive heal off of it. Fear onto Anaheim, trying to cook up a Chaos Bolt into Cataclysm. Big damage out of both of them. Anaheim finds himself at about half health. That's not a real darkness. That is his legendary darkness, dropping a second free darkness when you drop slow on health. It's a free darkness on its own. Stun onto Chrysler. Anaheim trying to make some damage happen here. That's going to be burst up, I believe, by Anaheim, actually. Chrysler hits him with a Chaos Bolt, does a lot of damage. And that's going to be over. Chrysler imprisoned. But, oh, God, what is happening with his neck? His neck is broken all kinds of ways. Going to be a stun by Snow Haze. As he's playing, is that Night Fae? Was he playing Night Fae just now? Or am I wrong about that? Did he have the... Does he have the fairies? Oh, you would think he would see the fairies. Maybe it's not Night Fae. It looked like there was a bit of extra shimmer to it that was kind of blue. That made me think it's a Night Fae, but maybe they just avoid Eruption. What covenant is this man actually? Is he Necrolord? Is he Ventier? Most likely Ventier. Does get the interrupt on the Shadow for Snow Haze. Does get himself shields because that is holy. Mind Gibbs does come out, and Chrysler needs to find a way to deal with Mind Gibbs. Probably just gonna have to blast through Snow Haze, blast through all that heal for that guy, and give him as much damage as possible. So there is a Ventier Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage from that Infernal, actually. 29% dampener. That thing is keeping him lit, fam. I mean, he's trying to see if he can heal up and try to survive Chrysler. How's he doing over there? Gonna be Shadow Fury Reflective for Chrysler. Silence and No Fear onto Snow Haze, trying to make the Chaos Bolts clap. Big damage out of the Chaos Bolt. The Snow Haze going for that Disperse reset. Completely trying to see if he can get himself a complete reset. What's up, Jimbo? How you doing, man? What's up, my dude? Chrysler pushing in with not a lot of health left. Snow Haze could get himself a nice setup. Is that Haze? Is that Haze, the DK DH? Is that the man, the boy? Looks it's going to be Cataclysm around the Horde. Snow Haze doesn't really have a lot of defense except for Greater Fade. And Chrysler caught up on a lot of health there with a Mortar Coil and a bit of Drain Life. I guess maybe Warlock Hellstone came back too. It's going to be a casted duel and Snow Haze is behind. Chrysler hitting him with those kind of flags, punish him for being away from the pillar. Tried to Shadow Fury him around the corner. Does land the Shadow Fury. Does not have the Cataclysm, but the Rain of Fire just keeps the pressure rolling. Snow Haze turning around, trying to hit the pet. Chrysler is actually pulling pet back for a second, getting interrupted, pushing in, aggressive, might be able to make the play. One flag is all he needed, just snapped him out of existence. With Lamar, my man, up next as an Enhancement Shaman. Last one on team 2, 11 minutes into the duel, 37% dampener. The Enhancement Shaman definitely has a chance here, definitely I feel like has a play. I guess the Warlock, who does some ability, does some defensives, but no Infernal for a while, so you could maybe make a play without that Infernal. Getting the Ghost Rules up and running as well as the Earth Elemental pretty early. Try to go for a bit of a reheal since there's a 39% dampening hit. May try to make sure that he's fully healed up. Trinket to interrupt that Chaos Bolt. Actually should have the freedom to blast at Chrysler. Gonna be a little bit of a Counter Strike Totem. Chaos Bolt flying, and I think it's gonna maybe strike Counter Strike. Right, so it looks like Chrysler taking down the Counter Strike Totem. Sun is coming out for Lamar. Chrysler does go for a big for Lamar. Needs a little bit of line of sight just to make the big plays. The wind strikes are hurting. That's a wind damage onto Chrysler. That's way too windy. The full-on blown hurricane is on the way as Lamar did have massive damage with Ascendance. Really did punch in through the damage of Chrysler. Tried to go for a stun into Lamar. He bailed out of it for a second. Threw a slow onto the Warlock. He can go for a Tremor Totem here too. Chrysler finds himself super low in health. Nice Succubus CC to try to give himself some peel. Mortal Coil coming up very soon, so it's going to be canceled most likely into a Mortal Coil. Does blast into Lamar, and that's going to be an Immolate with Conflags. Conflags doing a bit of damage. Immolate doing a bit of damage altogether. 44% dampener in this, boys. Chrysler does not really have a lot of ways to recover. Does have Infernal coming back very soon, so Lamar better go quick before the Mortal Coil is up, before the Spam Furies are up. Try to see if you can turn the attention onto the Succubus. Might be able to take it out, actually. At this high dampening, I mean, it looks like unless Chrysler wants to go summoning a new one, there's not much he can really do. Does he take out Succubus? No, he didn't. Or maybe he did resummon a new one. He's dropping down Infernal. Lamar needs to do everything he can to survive here. Needs to, I think, either go for max damage or max defensive. You got to make a choice and commit to it. It looks like he's looking for a bit of aggression here. Bloodlust is available. Trying to make some plays here. Mortal Coil flying out. Does he have a grounded totem? He does not play grounded totem. Chaos Bolt does hit him. Shadow Fury around the corner. Wait, did a Chaos Bolt actually connect? I'm actually wondering if Chaos Bolt even connected. Lamar does get himself a bit of healing, even with 50% dampening. The Enhanced Shaman healing is quite good. Does create some line of sight in order to get himself a heal or two. Chrysler trying to go the round, long corners, long turns to try to see if he can catch some line of sight of Lamar. Infernal is down. Lamar could maybe catch up. He does have a lot of mana. He still has plenty of mana to work with. Ghost Rules are up too, so it's going to give you Maelstrom as well. But Chrysler does get himself in a good position, sitting about half health. Does have some coolness going back, so it's going to be offensives. It's going to be CC. A lot of that stuff is going to be making a comeback very soon. And Lamar might be able to get some Maelstrom ahead of time with that Succubus. That Succubus is going to throw him into slows constantly though, so it's going to be pretty rough. Cataclysm doesn't go for it. Is he still going to channel it? Looks like the Cataclysm does arrive. And Lamar trying to make sure he's okay. Chrysler actually sneaking up behind him with a port. Gonna be a trigger for Lamar. Trying to make some damage happen. Chrysler does so. Big damage available. Oh no, that's just so much dampening. And Chrysler just leveraging all that damage at 5-0. I didn't even realize Chrysler went for a 5-0, boys. 5-0. What was that?